All right, everybody. So this is going to be hopefully a quick video on how to do part 16. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do if you don't already have it downloaded, or if you don't have one of your own, is to download the template. All right. The template is right here on Canvas, right in Module 8, and says JPT template. Once you click that, you're just going to download it and then click down here to open it. All right. Once you open the template, it's going to look like not much is different than using, the regular template that just comes with AutoCAD. But of course, if we switch to the layout tab, we can see here the frame that we made. All right. So we're going to go over to model space. I'm going to go back over to Canvas so that we can take a look at the measurements for part 16. All right. And I'll download that and zoom in. Okay. So as always, we start with the front view and we put it right on origin, right? So that's going to be at 0, 0. We're going to we'll start going in this direction, 5 inches. Pretty simple, right? L for the line tool, enter to start it, 0 tab, 0 enter. Start that line. All right, I'm going to pull my mouse to the right since I want to go right along that X line and go 5 inches, 5, enter. I'm going to go up. How far am I going to go up? Well, this line here, even though there isn't a measurement for it, if I go over and I look, I can see there is a measurement for this line. And it's 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So when I go back to AutoCAD, I can pull my mouse up and go 1.25. Enter. All right. Same thing when I try to look at this line. This line doesn't have a measurement, but if I just scan my eyes up to the next drawing, right above, I can see that, yes, there is a measurement for it. And it's right here. It's 3. All right. One thing that's really important to remember is that we need to look towards other parts of the drawing to figure out where our lines are, right? This line is this line from here to here. And this line is the same as this line. And these 3 lines are all the same as this line right here. All the same. All right. So we know that that's 3 inches. So I'm going to go back to AutoCAD. Pull my mouse to the left. 3, enter. Now, I'm not going to do this angled line because I don't know how long it is and I don't know its angle. So I'm just going to press enter to close the line tool and press L enter to go back into it and find the beginning right here. I'm going to click where I originally started. Now we're going to go up. Again, when I go up, do I have a measurement for this line? Right? I don't. Not on this front view. But if I scan my eyes over to the right side view, which is to the right of it, I see, yes, there is a line, a measurement for this line. It's 2.5. All right, 2.5 for this height right here. Up 2.5. Enter. Okay. I keep going back to Chrome. Forgive me. All right. This is very straightforward because we just have the measurement sitting right there for us. So we can be lazy on that one. 1 1/4. 1.25. Over to the right. 1.25. Enter. Now I can just close the shape here. See, I have everything done. So now all I have to do is just connect these two lines. All right. Enter to close the line tool. Very simple. I still need to do this box, and I don't want to double up my lines, right? So I don't want to draw another line here like this. See, I just made a box there, but that box has a line on top of other lines. We do not want that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those now, since I made them incorrectly. Also, I didn't put any measurements either. But if I do this correctly, I'm going to do L enter for my line tool. Find the beginning point here and pull up. All right. And as I pull up, I'm going to do 1 enter because this is a 1-inch line. I messed that up. I'm going to do that over. L enter. Find this point here. Pull up. 1 enter. And that is 1 inch from where we started. And now I can go over, just so we're all clear here, right? That is 1 inch, by the way. I keep going to Chrome. This is the image tool that I was looking for. So it was 1 up, but how far over to the right? No measurement here. So I scan my eyes up. And what do I find? 3/4. 3/4. To the right, 3/4, or 0.75. Enter. Go down and just click on the line. Okay. Press enter to close the line tool. Wonderful. We're going to keep going. We now want to do the right side view, and we want it 4 inches. We want a 4-inch gap between the front view and the right side view. I'm going to go ahead and do L enter. Put my mouse here. I'm not clicking, just hovering my mouse on this green square, pulling my mouse to the right, and do 4 enter. That gives us that 4-inch gap. All right. So now I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and do this line, 1.5 on the bottom. 1.5. Okay. I'm going to go up 1. I'm going to close my line tool, and I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. Click here, go up 1. Okay. Now, this one is tricky because we need to figure out what the thickness of this line is, and we really need to know what we're looking at here. This line that I highlighted is this line on the 3D view. So I can't just go up anymore, right? Because there's no measurements up there. So that trick isn't going to work anymore. I have to find this on this view. And it's not 3/4. Okay. I'll do 3/4 in another color. 3/4, right, which is this line, is the top like this. So I need the edge that's 90 degrees to that. See how these two create a 90-degree angle? They create a 90-degree angle with each other. So, well, this creates a 90-degree angle with that pink line. So it must be this. 3/8. We can also tell that because, well, this is the smallest number on this paper, and this is the smallest line on this paper. So that's another good hint that we're in the right direction, right? So if this is 3/8, this is 3/8. Okay, 3/8 is 0.375, but I can also just do fractions, which I prefer. So I'm going to start doing that now with fractions, okay? 3/8, enter. Enter. L enter. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. 3/8 over to the left. Done. Okay. Very good. If I start here and pull my mouse down without clicking, right? See, I haven't clicked anything. I haven't started drawing a line. But if I click on the white line, I can now go up. All right, so I'm gonna do that one more time. If that wasn't clear, L enter. Put my mouse here and pull down, no clicking until we get to the white. Then pull up. All right, how far do I want this to be? Well, I could do the same as this. So I just pull my mouse over, right? Get this green line. But also, what was this? 2.5. Remember the height was 2.5. And you can see that that's in this box here. So I can just go up 2.5. Okay. How thick is this piece? 0.75. Which we can see here. 3/4. 0.75. But I could also track from here since I know that that's right. So I'll put my mouse here and track up. Click. Track all the way down. Click. Enter to close the line tool. So now we just need one more thing. And that's this line here. And this line is just this line. That's what that line represents. That these two edges are at the same height. So if I do L enter, I can just put my mouse over here, track over, click, pull, click, enter. Done. Now I can do my top view. Okay, top view is here. I want a 4-inch gap. So L enter, no clicking, just hovering my mouse here, pull up. As I'm pulling up on this line, 4, enter. All right. I'm right here right now. This is where I'm starting. So I'm going to do the whole width of this, right? Now the whole width of this isn't on this measurement, but we already did it. That was this. 1.5. 1.5. Up 1.5. Enter. Now I can pull my mouse over and do 3/4 and come down 3/8. 3/8. Enter. Press enter to close the line tool. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the bottom. Click here, pull to the right, 3/4, and go up 3/8. Okay, why did I do it like that? Let's take a look. Remember I just went up 1.5 over 3/4. That's what the measurement is. And then I went down, which I'll do this in a different color just to show. 3/8 because, well, that's what that measurement is right there. 3/8. All right. Same thing as I did before. I want to start this over here. All right. Let me just really show you what I'm doing here. I can't just click any point on this line, right? It has to be from here because we want to draw in this direction. All right. How long is the entire width of this piece? It should be 5 inches. So if I track from here, as soon as I become horizontal, the text in the box should say 5, and it certainly does. I know that's right. 5 inches. Okay, I can track from here, but I also know that it's 3/4, which is 0.75. So when I track from here, I'm just going to double check that text box that it says 0.75. It does. I click there, come all the way back. Click there. Enter to close the line tool. All right. We're just missing those 2 lines, which are here and here. And of course, those 2 lines mark this corner and this corner. So we can just track from there. Back to AutoCAD, L enter, Put your mouse here, track up, click, pull up, click. Enter to close the line tool, L enter to go back in. Find your mouse here, click, click, enter. All right, the part that most people struggle with is what we're going to do next. Of course, that is the isometric view. When we get into the isometric view, we want to go over here. This is what allows us to restrict the cursor to specified angles, which is exactly what we want to do. All right, clicking this button turns it on and off, so it's already on, so we don't want to click the button, but we do want to click on the arrow right here, okay? So if I click on this arrow, I'm going to change to 30, 60, 90. All right, with this on 30, 60, 90, I can start doing my isometric view. L enter. I want the intersection of the bottom of the top view and the left side of the right side view, which is right here. So once these two lines intersect, I'm going to click, move my mouse up, type 1, enter, because that's the height of that box. I'm going to come down 30 degrees, right? You're going to get this green line, but also notice right here, the degrees on next to your cursor says 30. It's a way to just double check our work there. All right, the length of this little tiny box on the side of the piece is 3/4, 3/4. Okay, we're going to go down another 1 inch. Now I can just close the piece up by clicking where we started, which is right here. Enter to close the line tool. Okay, so what did we do just then? Right? Remember that this line should line up with the bottom of this view here. Right? Likewise, this line going all the way down, right? And this isn't perfect because this was drawn by hand, but I'll try to demonstrate my point regardless, is that it should line up with the side of this view. That's what these lines really are all about. When we put these lines in, that's what that was all about, was to get that lined up. Okay, so continuing on, we just did this. So now I'm going to go ahead and do these. 1, 2, 3. Notice that there isn't one going here, because that would make this look like what we call a wireframe, right? Or it would make it look like it was made out of glass, like we could see through it, but we can't. We're trying to imagine that this block is a solid block, right? Either made out of wood or metal or whatever. It's solid. We can't see through it. So I'm going to go ahead and do those 3 lines now. Each of these 3 lines, remember, is 3/8. 3/8. It's the width of this box, or the depth is what I really should say. In the 3D view, it's the depth of this of these little blocks here. Okay. So I'm going to go back to AutoCAD and give this L enter. Click 30 degrees now in this direction. And see, we have 30 in that box. 3/8. 3/8. Enter. Enter to close the line tool. L enter to get back into it. 3/8. Another trick you could do is when you go to hit enter for the 3/8, you can hit enter 3 times. All right, hitting once finishes that 3/8 line. A second time closes the line tool, and a third time opens up the line tool again. Enter 3 times. Really quick way to get back into the line tool. 3/8. Enter. I'm not going to click enter 2 more times here, but I am going to go up and click, up and click on the end of each line and press enter to close the line tool. And now what I have is the 3D box that is created at the end of this shape here, right? Because we have all of this, which I showed you, which we did earlier. And then we went in this direction, 1, 2, 3. And then we close it off by going up and left. All right, that last line wasn't really very straight, but you get the idea. So now we're going to go ahead and go up, or down, I should say, then up, left. We're going to do that. Okay. So we need to be careful when we do that because this line is not 5 inches, right? Because we already did this line. So the red is what we have to subtract from 5 to get the blue here. You see that? So it's 5 minus 3/4, which is 4 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4. If you struggle with the math there, it's the easiest thing I think you could do is probably just count backwards, right? So you have 5. 5 minus 1/4 would be 4 3/4. Okay. Minus another 1/4 would be 4 2/4. Minus another 1/4 would be 4 1/4. Okay. 5 minus 3/4, 4 1/4. 4 3/4, or 4 1/4. I'll enter. 30 degrees. 4 1/4 is 4.25. Enter. All right. Now we can go up this amount here. Remember that we said, believe we said earlier that this line is the same as this line, which of course is also this 1 1/4. Up 1.25. Enter. This line is this line, which is 3. 150 degrees. Okay. 150 degrees. Parallel to this. 3. Enter. All right. Again, I'm running into the same issue I did when I was over here. I don't know how long this is, nor do I know its angle. So I'm just going to stop. I'm going to pick back up. I'll enter from here and go up. But again, we have to do a little bit of math. Because if the blue is here to here, and the red, which is what we already did, is here to here, we have the red here. We have the red here. And the blue going up the rest of it. So if the red is 1, we're taking 1. We have to subtract the red. We're taking 1 from 2.5. Which, of course, that one's much easier. That's 1.5. So 1.5. Not bad. Up 1.5. Enter. 30 degrees down. So we just went up 1.5. Now we're going 30 degrees down. That is this 1 1/4. 1.25. Enter. Close the shape. I'm not going to press enter here to close the line tool because I actually want this. I want to do just like how we did with all of these lines going in this direction. I want to do the same thing with these lines. Okay, that line there is the same as it's this one, but it doesn't matter. All of them are the same. All of them are the thickness of the piece, which is 3/4. So I'm going to do all of these, and I'm making all of them 3/4. All of these 3/4. So let me do that now. Remember my trick of clicking enter 3 times after we do our measurement. Okay, so let's do that. Let's find 30 degrees. Okay. What am I stuck on? Okay, 30 degrees. 3/4. Enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Three. Ooh, hold on. I don't know why that doesn't want to go 30 degrees. I'll check that out in a second. 30 degrees. 3/4. 1, 2, 3. All right. It still doesn't want to do 30 degrees. So, of course, I might just have to do this manually, which I've never seen this issue. And of course, it's when I decide to record a video on this. So I'm going to do 3/4 just so you know how to avoid this issue if you get it. I don't know why this is happening, but I can do 3/4 and then tab over to the degrees. You can just type 30 in manually. That'll lock it in. Enter. I'll enter. 3/4 tab 30. Enter. Perfect. Okay. That was odd. Not sure why that was. But I will fix that later. And for now, I'm just going to go up, over, click on each endpoint. And there it is. There is our isometric view. Looks great. Everything is spaced out. Everything is the perfect dimensions. So now all we have to do is we are going to go and put this into our template. So we click on layout 1 on the bottom of the page here. Layout 1. That's how I got here. We're going to type in viewports. Remember that tool, VIEWPO. Viewports shows up, so I press enter. I select single viewport, and click OK. I'm going to click on the bottom left corner and the top right corner. And that puts the viewport right here. Now it's sized this to fit this in, which I don't want. I want this to be smaller. So I'm going to double click inside of this. Now I can scale this down, but I want to scale it down to a very specific number. So over here, I'm going to click on that number and change it to 1, 2. I'm going to turn the grid off. That's right here. Display drawing grid. Don't want that. I'm going to hold my middle mouse button and pan this over down. And do another tool to align it. That's ALIGNS. It's called align space. Press enter. It asks me for the first point in model space. That's this point right here, the bottom left corner of the isometric view. It says for the second point in model space, or just press return for none. We want none, so we're going to press return, which is also the enter key. Now it asks me for a point in paper space. I'm putting my mouse here, but I'm not clicking. I'm just pulling down to get the green line. Move my mouse to the right and pull left to get the green line. When the two lines connect together just like this, I'm going to click. Some of you may get a thing where it asks you to select a total, to select a view space. You're just going to press enter if it asks you that. All right. Either way, I still have the view cube. So remember, if I zoom in or out right now, it's going to change the way I've aligned things and completely ruin what I just did. So over here in this gray space, I'm going to double click to make that the viewport go away. And see here, the command says that I'm in paper space now, which is what I want. And if I zoom, it doesn't mess things up. Perfect. All right, I need to start dimensioning. Dimensions are over here in the dimension tool. You could also type DIM into your command bar, which I'll also do just to demonstrate. DIM, enter to dimension. I'm going to copy the dimensions. So I'll start with the 5 down here. I just click on the line and pull down, click to place it. What else do I have to do? Let's do the 1. So notice how I can't select this line, just the box. It wants to do the whole line. So instead, if I click the endpoint here and the endpoint here, I get 0.5, which is 1/2, right? I'm going to do this 1 1/4. Which is 1.25. 1 1/2. 1 1/4. The whole thing, 2 1/2. And I believe it has the thickness 0.375, which we also said was 3/4, or not 3/4, I'm sorry. 0.375 was 3/8, which that shouldn't be 3/8. So why is that saying 3/8? That's not right. Let's delete that. See if we can't get that to come up again. That should be 3/4. Let's try that again. Dimension. Zoom way in, zoom out. 0.75. That's better. Let me do edge to edge again and see why that messed up like that. That's very odd how I do that like that, and it's 0.375. A lot of odd things are happening right when I decide to record. Anyway, pull up 0.75, or as we said, 3/4. Okay, now I can go ahead and do this, which is 0.375. I'm not going to do both of them like the paper shows. I'm going to do one. I think doing both is a little redundant. Do 0.75 there. All right, am I missing anything other than the one oh, yes, the 3. I'm going to go ahead and do that 3 now. Perfect. Now we have to change these to fractions. Okay, so I'm going to press escape to get out of the dimension tool. I'm going to click on annotation up here on the ribbon. Click the second drop-down menu. And click on manage dimension styles. All right, so that was clicking here. Then here, right? The second one, not the first one. And then here, manage dimension styles. I'm going to click modify, this button right here. And then I'm going to click on the tab that says primary units. Change decimal to fractional. And click OK. Then click close. And now they become fractions. Finally, I'm going to change my name. So I'm going to hover over the word title block text right here. See how the whole thing becomes a different shade? Double click on that. Change it to my name and fill out the title block. So I'm going to do my name, then hyphen, part number 16, hyphen, scale 1 inch, colon 2 inch. Okay. This is perfect and ready for printing. I might make a couple of changes like right here. Might just move this over a little bit just to make that look a little neater. Likewise, I might move this back over. I had made it so far away because the decimal, there were a lot of zeros and it was really big and it was annoying, but this looks better. So now that I've got this ready to go, I can print this to a PDF. So that's holding control and pressing P for print to PDF. I can press OK. And then I can save it into my documents and just call it, you know, my last name, gross dash P16. And that's it. Once you've got that, you are good to go. You can save that and upload it to Canvas. That is the end of this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Remember, you can always pause and go back to any part that, or just skip any part that wasn't relevant, or pause and go back to any part that maybe was confusing or you need explained multiple times. Hopefully this was helpful. Good luck out there, everybody, and I wish you the best.